Students, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Motivational Wednesday. This just yesterday, the AP College Board came out with a bunch of information for what your AP exam will look like. Not only your AP Statistics exam, but all of your AP exams. And I wanted to just go over it with you. I'm going to include all this stuff on Google Classroom. I'm thinking about emailing at home as well. So follow along. All right. So this document, which I'll attach to you, just goes over the overview of things. The first things that you need to look out for is your e-ticket. This e-ticket will be emailed 2 days before each exam. Okay. So hopefully by now you've written in your calendars what day each exam is. On May 4th, which is this coming Monday, you'll get an email in your mailbox listing all of the tests you've signed up for. So be on the lookout for that, okay? On that note, if you guys have not updated your contact information, please do, okay? Go to College Board and then look for the confirm your email address, because that's how they're contacting you guys, okay? And there's a handful of you all that have not responded, so the College Board really does not know if you're going to be taking the AP exam. Check out Google Classroom, and I know some of you are not checking out Google Classroom, so if you're a friend of one of those names mentioned, please tell your friend. Be a good friend. Don't let friends not check their email boxes. All right. So here's the calendar, just in case you haven't seen it. Your earliest test would be 10 a.m. Your latest test would be 1 p.m. Okay. So if you are, I'm sorry, your earliest test would be 9 a.m., 11 a.m., or 1 p.m. Each of these tests run about 45 to 50 minutes. Okay, so even if you have back-to-back tests, you'll have plenty of time. They ask that you log in 30 minutes before the actual start to type in your, basically you're checking in. You're going to put in your AP ID number, which will come to you. Okay, and you're just going to sit there and wait for the next one to come. All right, so like for example, for statistics, if you're taking the government test right here, you'll take this one at 9 a.m. and it'll be done by 9:50ish. You'll have a few minutes to use the restroom, get a snack, and then come back to your computer by 10:30 a.m. to get ready for the 11 a.m. AP Stats test. All right. Wonder, do any of you have 3 in a row on any of these days? Okay. There are some makeup days. There's some more information later on about makeups if you need to do a makeup. Let's see. Oh, I thought this was interesting. Even if you don't complete all the parts of the exam, like you still receive a perfect score. Okay? So it sounds like these questions are going to have more information than can usually be answered in 25 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, so keep that in mind. Still, don't freak out if you don't. But one thing I want to make clear is it's better to submit a incomplete response than zero response. If you don't submit by the time the timer goes off, you're gonna get a 0. Okay, so make sure that you're giving you enough time to upload, and that's why we're having these practice AP exams every Wednesday at 12:30. All right, so you can upload your work and your answer 3 different methods. So method number 1, method A, is that you can open up a Google Doc sheet or Microsoft Word and you can type your response there and then copy and paste it into the AP College Board text box. Or you can just simply attach your work there. Or the third option, which I recommend if you have the proper devices, is you do it by hand. You write it on a sheet of paper, lined paper or blank paper, and then you're going to take a picture of each page of your work and you're going to upload that. Okay, I think this would probably work better for us. So look through this, but I'm just going to skip to option 3. On each sheet of paper, and I suggest you do this before the test actually starts, you're going to write your AP ID, your initials, and a page number. Okay, the page number is crucial because let's say, for example, for some reason the pages you submit are not in order, and the grader needs to know that you're going from page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I only set up to 5 because there's only a maximum of 5 photos per test. Okay, AP College Board has said that you should not need 5 pages, but that's just in case. Okay, please write legibly and make sure you're in a well-lit room so when you take your picture, the grader can actually read it. Now, if you submit your pictures and you find out that it's ineligible ineligible. It's illegible for whatever reason, and the timer's done, you're not going to be able to go back and submit photos. Okay. So if for whatever reason something happens, the internet crashes or something happens, you can request a makeup. But read this carefully, okay? So you can request a makeup before or after, I think. Read it over. I told you guys to review your contact information, check your technology, make sure you have working technology. What I suggest is if you have these devices, you have your desktop or your laptop open to view the question. You have paper to do your work on and your answer, and you have your smartphone to snap a picture. I don't suggest you look at the question on your smartphone because you're going to have to be going back and forth, and your smartphone is really small, and you have to keep scrolling through pages. And then you're going to have to upload your photo with that. That might take a little bit more work. So I suggest that you have three things: your paper, your desktop or laptop, and then your smartphone. Okay. Oh yeah. So when you handwrite it, any type of paper is okay. Standard size page. Don't use the poster paper. It says pencil or black or blue ink. Oh yeah, it says right here. It's highly unlikely you'll need to use this many pages for your responses, but can often be answered fully in 1 to 2 pages. Okay. Again, you're going to have access to this document, so don't worry. What it says for statistics is have your formula sheet and tables. You should have a hard copy of that. If not, you can just download one off of AP Classroom. If you're going to type your responses, there's this tip sheet about keyboarding tip sheets. I highly discourage you to do that because like trying to figure out how to make an equal sign is easy, but like how to make a not equal to sign or greater than or less than greater than or equal to sign, like that may take some time. So I think hand might be just faster. Let's see what else is there. Exam day. So you want to check in 30 minutes before your actual test, and then you'll have 45 minutes for the first question and 25 minutes for the second question. I'm sorry, that was totally awful. You have 25 minutes for the first question, 5 minutes to submit it, and then 15 minutes for the second question, and 5 minutes to submit that. Okay, so the total would be 50 minutes. 50. It's talking about find a good place to study. So you're gonna have to, lock your dog, your little brother, your parents in a room so they don't disturb you. Whether you're using the kitchen table or your room or a closet or the restroom, find a good place. Okay. If you have limited bandwidth, ask others on your network to limit their use of the internet during your exam, particularly high bandwidth activities, games like Fortnite and Netflix. Yes, oh my gosh, you're going to have to pause your Netflix for a moment. Okay, I think that's it. This is what the check-in room is going to look like. Yeah, so it looks pretty like informative. Hopefully this is good for you. And then the next pages talk about once you get your scores, what you do with that. Oh yeah, teachers are also going to be reviewing your scores too. Okay, so I think I mentioned this before. Let's say you get a 2 on this exam, and I look over your work and I say, AP Collegeboard, can you re-review this again? I think this student should get a 3 or higher. Okay, so they will review it if the teacher says so. And it works on the flip side too. If you get a 4 or 5 or a 3, and I look at your work and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I don't think this is a 4 or 5 or 3, they will look back at it. Now they can change it or they can not change it. Okay? So I think that's it. Some resources that you may want to take a look at is when you go to YouTube, I say you do subscribe to Advanced Placement right here. AP, there's some really good informative videos that you could take a look at. Okay, and you guys know that there are the free AP review lessons. I know many of you checking those out. If you're wondering what that looks like, it's once you subscribe to AP, you're gonna have all these videos. So just go to AP Statistics, and they have it for every class.
So good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, here's one video, and these are all the videos they've done in the past And then these are the topics that are being coming up soon. Okay, I'm looking forward to this one right here, the significance test one right here, because remember this is what you wrote your short answer response unit test last week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye, guys.